Okay guys, so the walls are all dry from the wipings down, so basically they're good to go for painting. I've turned my attention into the closet here. It's all good to go, pretty much ready for painting. I've got tape around the floor so I can paint the baseboards. I know I'm probably going to end up pulling them up in the future, as well as covering the floor, but I'd like to do a better job than the previous people that did paint in this room at one time. As you can see out here, there's a whole line around the room from where they basically painted the floor when they painted the original, well, wouldn't be the original wall color, but the wall color before this one. Someone's done some real cobblings in this closet here at one time. I'll see if I can zoom in here. You see that hole right there? Pretty much right there. Well, that's actually a miscut in drywall, and that seam goes all the way up to the top. So this one sheet of drywall was actually 1/2 inch too narrow, and they just filled it with mud. Of course, given the age of the house, they probably didn't have drywall tape then, because so far I haven't found drywall tape in this house anywhere. So I'm probably going to end up pulling the nails that are there. Those are just like hanger nails of some kind. I've got the wooden dowel already removed. I can paint that and then put it back on. This closet was either painted with really thin paint at one time, or it's just had a prime coat because it's really thin. So it should cover reasonably well. But I'm probably going to get at the painting here. I'll do the dark color first. Basically the baseboards here I'll do, and then these pieces here I'll do as well. When I originally painted this room a few years ago, I stopped the painting right here at this edge. So I want to carry it around now basically into the room. Because, well, at that time I had stuff actually stored in this closet and I didn't want to get paint on the contents of this closet. So now I can basically do a better coat on the jamb of the door here, the closet door, and basically just finish the painting. And I'll carry this color here onto this here as well. And I'll probably do the rod that goes in here the same color as the wall, and the shelf that goes across here the same color as the wall too. And then of course, while I have this color, or while I have this dark color, which is the same color as the baseboards, I'll touch up a few of the nicks that are in the baseboard color. And then once that's all dry, she'll probably need a second coat, and then we'll be good from there. So I'll probably get at her, guys, get her rolling, and yeah, we'll see how she goes from here. Okay guys, so here we are, pretty much ready to start our painting process. Well, we have ourselves the can here of paint. Basically, in this room there is 3 colors. One being the baseboard color, which is the dark color. And 2 being the feature wall color, which is like the chocolate kind of color. And then the main walls are a lighter brown altogether. So let's crack up into this baseboard color can and see how she goes. Now, it's been stored in a cool, dry place, so it hasn't been frozen, it hasn't been too hot. And it should stir up nice, and it should stir, be good. So of course, as you see here inside this can here, you see a little bit of separation going on. But that's normal considering this paint hasn't really been touched in over 2 years now. So we'll take our nice handy dandy stir stick here and see if we can bring her back for another round. Now of course they do mix that little machine or something like that goes into your drill to do the mixing, kind of like a paddle, right? But hey, that's an extra tool that you'll have kicking around, an extra expense, and you don't really need that unless you really are mixing a lot of paint. So of course she's perfectly fine. I've seen paint actually get a scale on the top of it, kind of like a skin, if you will. And I've actually seen paint go all crusty, like almost like it was mixed with sand. And in those cases, sometimes if you pull the scale off the top of the paint, sometimes you could use the bottom of the paint still. You know, there's 3 or 4 inches left in the can that are still good. As well as sometimes when it's got that crust almost like sand on it, I've seen it where the paint's been like frozen, so therefore it's no good anymore for use. So we'll dump some of this into our handy dandy tray, and then we'll start, I guess we'll start our painting. Okay guys, so here we go, a little bit of a check-in for you. Well, of course, I got the baseboards and that all done, got 2 coats on them. Got the closet all painted. Of course, that's 1 full coat on it. That should be able to dry overnight and be ready for tomorrow. If this closet could talk, imagine what it would say. I can see several things, whether it was in the construction of this closet or the years of painting over top that are questionable, but I guess it's a storage area. It's not really meant to be finished and pretty, I guess. But got that paint all done, and like I said, she's currently drying. I came out to the wall here and did me a touch up on the spots that were here, and it is currently drying. You can kind of see the difference in color right now until it does dry. You see the big ugly spot over here where I did the patch. It is still wet, but as it dries it should be okay. It should dry the same color as the rest of the wall and just fine. Did me a few touch-ups on this wall here. The, what I want to call it, third wall or feature wall. I'll do the touch-up tomorrow on it, doing the spots on that one. And then in here, of course, the closet, I will do the final coat on the inside closet for tomorrow. And then, of course, we'll touch up the shelf there and the rod, the clothes hanger rod. And then she's pretty much good to go, providing that I don't see any more issues in the wall. It's kind of funny, you know, over the last 60 years there's been several repairs to this wall, this room, this house, and if you were to pick at them, they could get a lot worse because you never know what they're hiding. So you kind of just turn a blind eye and you know, kind of paint over top of them and hope they don't cause issues. But yeah guys, we'll let this all dry and then we'll probably hit her again tomorrow. So I guess we'll see y'all at the second coat. Well guys, here we are. Another night on the little bedroom refresher here. Well, pretty much when you seen us last time there, we had finished the first coat of paint on the closet, had the baseboards that all done, just you know, paint was still wet on the touch-up spots on the wall. As you can see here now, the paint's all dry. You know, it's looking pretty good. You can't even tell where I did the, you know, repair to the wall here. It covered really well. The paint matched really well, and yeah, it was good to go. So I still had the shelf and all that to do, even the touch-ups on the feature wall to do when I left off last night. However, I couldn't sleep last night, so I hit it again. Came back in here and did the touch-ups here on this wall. As you can see here, there's no marks in this wall anymore from where that shelf was. I got it all painted and all that, as well as the other marks that was on this wall, and including the one that was up here. I touched her up and she's good to go. And of course, being I had that color of paint already on the go, I painted the shelf the same color as the feature wall, as well as the, you know, coat rack or closet rod here. as well as I painted the closet rod too, so it's good to go. But tonight here we're going to throw a final coat onto the closet. As you can see, there are a few little areas where the paint was a little thin, kind of around, right? We'll brush touch up there in the corners and that, and give this a general recoating, same with pretty much all over. And then after, I'll come back in here with a small brush and touch up some of the little areas here on the darker color paint. And then after that, basically the closet is done, and I guess we could start putting the room back together, and then she's ready for the move-in. So guys, I'm gonna get out of here, get my paint all poured for another night, and yeah, we'll see you sometime between now and then. Well guys, here we are. I guess you could say we've come to the end of our project here. Got everything all, like I said, there painted, spot touched, everything all put back together. Got a little bit of furniture in here, a little bit of bed, got the dresser. And I've got the curtains, of course, being washed, but they got to hang dry because, I don't know, they're one of them fancy curtains you can't put in the dryer, I guess. Other than the blue blanket here on the bed, everything looks fairly decent, and it kind of goes along with the colors, if you will. Someday I'm going to pick up a fancy kind of brownish blanket that kind of goes with it. Then that way it'll tie everything back in. Then a few months after that, I'll probably end up changing the color of the whole room anyway. So we'll probably live with the blue one for now until she gets a big enough hole in it that my toes get cold. Then we'll retire it from there. But yeah guys, this has been quite an interesting little refresher project. Just kind of giving the room a little bit of a new life, a new look. Really didn't change much from the original vision way back, except the removal of the two corner shelves. And the one here too, removal of that one. And of course, the painting here of the closet, which didn't get in the original, part of the video way back when I first did this room. So, I guess that's pretty much her for this project, guys. We could call her complete for now. Like I said, eventually there'll be a complete revisit on this room, a complete gut, complete redo. But until then, this is kind of the way she is. So as always, thanks for watching Maxwell's World. Comment, subscribe, and enjoy.